All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, because today we need to talk about DiJonai Carrington. And honestly, the last couple of weeks have been an absolute disaster for her reputation. I'm not saying DiJonai Carrington is a bad basketball player. She can defend, she can run the floor, she can cut, and she can make winning plays. But somewhere along the way, she stopped focusing on being DiJonai Carrington, the basketball player, and started becoming DiJonai Carrington, the spectacle. And that is a fucking problem. Because when we watched the Indiana Fever game, everybody could see the difference between making a legitimate basketball play and trying to create a highlight for yourself. When Monique Billings was running toward the basket, we saw what an actual chase-down block looked like. She made a clean defensive play from behind. That looked nothing like the play involving Sophie Cunningham. And then you had the whole 8/23 situation. DiJonai clearly intended to reference Caitlin Clark's 8 threes and the 23-point loss, but the internet absolutely destroyed that narrative. People started joking that 8/23 was actually the date they got eliminated from playoff contention. At that point, you have to ask yourself, why are you giving people this much ammunition? And the crazy thing is, DiJonai actually started the game well. She was playing good basketball, she was aggressive, she was making shots. Nobody would have had much to say if she had simply continued playing her game. Then, Caitlin Clark checked into the game, and suddenly it felt like somebody flipped a fucking switch. It became less about winning basketball and more about getting clips, creating moments, talking, staring, and trying to manufacture another Caitlin Clark versus DiJonai Carrington storyline. And fans noticed. You had thousands of people online roasting her. Tweets criticizing her were getting massive engagement. Why? Because DiJonai has increasingly positioned herself as the anti-Caitlin Clark. And let's be honest, that started with one game. In Caitlin Clark's first WNBA game, DiJonai Carrington defended her extremely well. Caitlin was a rookie trying to figure out the league, and DiJonai made life difficult for her. Credit where credit is due. But instead of letting that be one great defensive performance, it feels like DiJonai turned it into part of her identity. Now, every time Caitlin Clark is around, there seems to be this extra level of energy. Even during the game, DiJonai was trying to engage with Caitlin while Caitlin basically kept walking past her. And that reminded me of the scoreboard situation. It's almost like Caitlin's attitude was, "Really? You're still doing this?" Because the best way to respond to somebody trying to get under your skin is sometimes to give them absolutely nothing. And then came the basketball. DiJonai started 2 for 3 from the field. After Caitlin entered, she went 1 for 8. Suddenly, we were seeing fadeaways, difficult jumpers, and deep three-point attempts. That's not the game DiJonai Carrington should be playing. She is at her best when she is defending, running, cutting, attacking, and making smart offensive decisions. She is not supposed to be out there trying to become Steph Curry because Caitlin Clark is standing across from her. That shit is not sustainable. And the Chicago Sky didn't need that. I'm not going to sit here and say DiJonai Carrington single-handedly lost the game because that would be stupid. Basketball doesn't work that way. But her antics certainly didn't help. And now there is another issue, her value. This is where things get really interesting. If DiJonai had simply kept her head down, played basketball, defended, ran the floor, and avoided turning these Indiana Fever games into personal battles, I think the conversation around her contract could be completely different. Instead, she has created a situation where teams are going to ask questions. Can she consistently knock down shots? Can she stay disciplined? Can she defend at the level people expect? And most importantly, can she avoid becoming a distraction? Because that's the problem. You can be a physical defender, you can be emotional, you can play with an edge. Hell, fans love players who play with an edge. But when the edge becomes the story, you've got a problem. And that's why I think DiJonai Carrington may have hurt her own market value. If you're shooting around 27% from the field and 29% from 3, your defense has to be elite to compensate for that. And if coaches start believing they can exploit your defensive approach, your value drops even further. Because if a coach figures out that Caitlin Clark can repeatedly manipulate your defensive positioning and create open opportunities, every smart coach in the league is going to study that film. They're going to say, okay, DiJonai is guarding our best offensive player. Here's exactly what we're doing. That's how the league works. And suddenly, what was supposed to be a showcase of elite defense becomes a scouting report. That's the irony. DiJonai wanted to make herself part of the Caitlin Clark story, but instead, she may have given Caitlin Clark and every opposing coach more film to study. And that is why I think DiJonai needs to take a step back. Forget the clips, forget the social media wars, forget trying to prove something to Caitlin Clark. Just play fucking basketball, because there is still a very good player in there. But right now, her reputation is taking hits, her offensive production isn't making it up for it, and the constant drama is becoming part of the conversation. And when your basketball ability is no longer the first thing people talk about, that's when you know something has gone seriously wrong. DiJonai Carrington has a chance to change the narrative, but she has to stop chasing the moment and start chasing the win, because the league doesn't pay you for going viral. It pays you for being valuable. And right now, DiJonai has a hell of a lot to prove. Now let's see More Venom react. He exposed her gameplay. DiJonai Carrington. Shout out to More Venom.
DiJonai Carrington played victim once again. It's never her fault. Remember, it's never DiJonai's fault. But before we get started, let's hit her iconic sound.
Here goes DiJonai.
All right. Now you got DiJonai Carrington fouling Caitlin Clark right here. Look at this, man. So she's reaching in for the ball, fouling Caitlin Clark. We can visibly see she's going in. Caitlin has the ball all the way out here. So clearly you didn't get basketball. You got something else. If you got basketball, the ball would have, left Caitlin Clark's hand. It would have got, deflected or something. It would have went out the way. It would have been a loose ball. But no, Caitlin still has full control of her dribble. What she doesn't have control over is you all in her space, hand checking her, smacking her. And the referee sees it, calls the whistle. And you immediately, instead of reacting, this is how I know you're a victim. You get weaponized by the other victims in the black community, right? Because listen, there's multiple communities in the black community. There's the victim side, and then there's the side that stands for what's right. I'm on the side that stands for what's right? And I have a bunch of black supporters on this channel who is also on that same side. We don't care about skin color. We care about good product. We care about right or wrong. We care if you're a good human being. I don't care about your skin color. Shout out to B Hen. He was talking about Caitlin Clark to his friend, and they said that I don't like her for some reason. And he was like, damn, bro, I'm sorry, she's the wrong color for you. And that's the sad truth of this league. And the worst part is the white fans can't even speak up about it because they'll just be called the racist. Like, it's crazy. But me, I don't care. DiJonai Carrington getting weaponized by the fans in the crowd. She wasn't gonna say something at first. Now she thought about it. She's like, let me go approach Caitlin Clark and do the head jerking me like she's flopping. Look at her. Look at her. And Caitlin gives her exactly what she wants. And as you can see, Caitlin Clark smiling at her while DiJonai Carrington is talking to her, and the ref, even the ref is not trying to hear it. This black brother right here ain't even trying to hear it, man. And your breath probably stink as well. I mean, when you got the characteristics of that, how do I expect you to even take care of yourself? You slap yourself on with makeup every single game. When we're trying to watch basketball, you over here trying to get cute and stuff you just gotta look at her characteristic in totality. Like, you can't even look in the mirror. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even gonna harp on that point too long. DiJonai Carrington guarding Caitlin Clark right in her face. Bang! And how does she respond? Bumps Caitlin Clark in the chest. And Caitlin just waves her off like, are you just another peasant? Yeah, you're a cockroach to me. You're nothing. You're a nothing burger. Like DiJonai Carrington. And I seen Robin Lundberg say this. DiJonai Carrington is the only player who would get a 3 hit on them and act like she did something. Like, you would, if I just showed you this clip, you would think that DiJonai Carrington was the one that hit this 3-point shot on Caitlin. Running into her chest, like, this is absolutely crazy, chat. And shout out to Caitlin with class. Caitlin just waves her off like, girl, you're nothing to me. Like, stop trying. You're trying to make a clip and I'm not going to give it to you. You want to make a moment, I'm not going to give it to you. DiJonai Carrington basically saw what Angel Reese did with her career, at least what she did with her 15 seconds of fame, and now she wants some of that. She wants something out of it. I'm pretty sure whatever company she's with is probably telling her, hey, when you play Caitlin, go at her. It helps us out. It brings eyes to us as well. Like, it's crazy. Caitlin's not gonna give you that, And you can even see DiJonai Carrington taking a little peek at Caitlin right here, trying to check in on her look. Look, there we go, right there. That little corner peripheral side eye right there. Like, we see you, girl. We see you. The cameras are on. We see everything you're doing. Yes, you are a ghetto thug. Look at her, still staring at Caitlyn. Hoping like, let me see how she feels about that. Caitlyn has her back turned to you. She's trying to win a basketball game. You wouldn't know about that because you're on a tanking team that literally just got eliminated by Caitlyn Clark. See ya in the playoffs. Oh wait, you won't be there. Look at this. Even DiJonai Carrington once again playing victim. They're boxing each other out, and you see she's playing victim to the ref. Look, Caitlyn and DiJonai going for the box out. DiJonai tells the ref she's throwing an elbow. Caitlyn's throwing an elbow. Like, she did not throw an elbow. Why are you trying to play like, she wants to be a victim so bad, chat. And that's why I say I don't feel bad for people who are not victims acting like victims when there are actual victims in the world. So when you become a victim one day, I promise you I won't feel bad because you kind of in a way manifesting it on yourself. Look at this. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. And Caitlyn Clark playing basketball right in your face again. Bang! Hold that down. 3 shots for you, DiJonai. Or should I say 3 Janae? Look at Caitlyn Clark just walking, minding her business. DiJonai Carrington can't get enough of it. Like, look at breaking her damn neck like an owl. Who? Like, just breaking her damn neck to look at Caitlyn, just itching for an opportunity. Are you ready? Is this the moment? No. Damn, is this the moment she gives it to me? No. Is this the moment? Am I worth it? White privilege. It's the world's fault. It's no way. Why is she not giving me attention? This is disrespectful. How dare Caitlyn Clark not give the black girl attention? That's such white privilege. Silence is luxury. Those are DiJonai's words, by the way. Silence is a luxury. Look at this. Caitlyn Clark sidesteps. Bang! Look at DiJonai's reaction. Go ahead and drink that juice, girl. Go ahead and drink that juice. Yep. Caitlyn gets off the ball once more. Go under. Watch them. Hey, Hines Allen, watch your face now. This girl is, hey, that's a little close right there, Hines Allen. You almost lost your eyes. Go ask the Valkyries and ask Caitlyn Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Skylar Diggins, Jessica Shepard. Go ahead and ask them girls how it felt, man. This girl is dirty, man. All she want to do is fight on the court. She just want to be a ghetto thug. Look at her. Look at her. Like nobody's here for this, man. Look at this. Caitlyn drives, just making an absolute mockery of this girl. Behind the back pass. Look at this girl. Who? She gave you a reason to look back now this time. She gave you a real reason to look back now. The other reason when y'all was going to your bench, you ain't have to look back. Caitlyn said, oh, you want to look? I'll give you a reason to look back. Look at this.
Shout out to Venom. He always give good reaction video. Not talking bullshit. DiJonai Carrington once again. Seriously, how the hell does she keep finding herself in the middle of another controversy? At this point, the pattern is impossible for fans to ignore. From the physical incidents involving opponents to playing the victim, comments about white privilege, the blonde wig controversy, and even allegations about using her phone in ways that could violate league policy, there always seems to be another headline following DiJonai Carrington. And meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark was supposed to be the story. And once again, Caitlyn went out there and let her basketball do the talking. That's the difference. During the game, DiJonai was bumping Caitlyn Clark in the chest, staring her down, approaching her, and getting into her space. And eventually, you have to ask, why is this becoming such a regular part of the show? DiJonai, can we just watch you play basketball? Can we talk about your defense, your offense, your hustle, your actual production? Because every time you're on the screen, it feels like somebody is waiting for the next damn confrontation. And that's frustrating because there is a legitimate basketball player underneath all this noise. You can play physical without making everything personal. You can compete aggressively without constantly turning the game into a damn reality show. And when the controversy starts overshadowing your actual performance, that's when you have a serious problem. I'm not going to speculate about her personal life or bring Nalissa Smith into something without evidence, but what I will say is that the controversy surrounding DiJonai Carrington has continued to follow her, and that pattern deserves scrutiny. At some point, enough is enough. Stop chasing the confrontation. Stop chasing the viral clip. Just play fucking basketball. Because Caitlyn Clark doesn't need all this drama to get attention. She can step onto the court and let her game speak. DiJonai Carrington needs to figure out how to do the same. Now, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Has DiJonai Carrington crossed the line from playing with an edge into becoming a distraction?